everyone, welcome back to another video. If you don't know who I am, that means you're new. I'm Mark. Let's go with y'all. Go check out my other videos. Check them out. Check them out. But first, stay on this one. Ooh, hold on. Let me adjust the angling just a little bit. All right. So, let's get into it. You guys read the title. You saw the thumbnail. No more beating around the bush. We don't got time today, although I'm doing multiple videos tonight. So, be on the lookout. But regardless, you guys read the title. You saw the thumbnail. Let's get into it. How often should you clean your firearm? Or I believe I labeled it as Firearm Maintenance 101, how often you should clean your firearm. However I worded it in the title, guys, when I make up the titles for the videos, that's just kind of the outline of what the video is going to be about. So excuse me if every now and then I don't say the exact title of the video. All right, so I think it should be, I think how often you should clean your firearms varies on a couple of different things, right? So what kind of firearm are we talking about here? Is it a gun that is known for getting dirtier quicker? What caliber are we talking about that the firearm is chambered in? Why is that? Because some calibers are just dirtier than others. And how many rounds you have gotten to put through it. So why do all of these matter, really? Well, as I might have mentioned, as I mentioned a little bit, some calibers, for example, are just dirtier than others. So we'll take a 22. For some reason, 22s, they are just very dirty after you shoot them. For some reason, 22 calibered firearms, they just get very, very, very filthy. I don't get why. That's just how it is. All right. So in a situation like that, if you're talking about a 22, maybe I would say every few hundred rounds, maybe, every 300 to 500 rounds. It just depends. If we're talking your standard 9mm, maybe you could go for more, say 700 to 1,000, something along those lines. It really just depends on where you're comfortable with leaving your firearm. Now, I can think of a specific situation where it really wouldn't matter how much you've gotten to shoot your firearm. It's a good idea to clean it, and that's if you haven't really done anything with it for at least 6 months. If it's been in the safe hanging out for like 6 months, if it's been being carried around, not being shot, not being cleaned for 6 months, yeah, go ahead and maybe you give it a good cleaning just to make sure there's no dust and dirt or whatnot in there, so that way it can be functional. You want your firearms to function, obviously, guys. I don't think I should have to say that. But other than that situation, as I said, it's really just depending on the caliber that you're using, which we've already gone over, how many rounds you put into it. Again, guys, some people, they might be like, hey, every time I shoot, I clean my gun after. And that's fine. Do I do that personally? No, not at all. The firearms I get them for reliability purposes. There are some guns that I'll get strictly as, for a collector's purpose or just as a range toy. And yeah, sure, that's a different situation. However, in the situation I'm currently in right now, all the firearms I have are extremely reliable guns that I can go a while without cleaning if I want to. I mean, for example, if I'm not mistaken here, I could be wrong on this, but I didn't clean my Glock 45 for the entire 1,000 rounds that I did for the review and the update. I don't believe I cleaned it even once. I could be wrong on that, but whatever. My FNX 45 Tactical, I didn't even consider cleaning it until after I'd put 500 rounds through it. You see what I mean? So it just depends on what firearms you're talking about. It's depending on the caliber that you're referring to. It's depending on how many rounds you put into it. It's depending on how comfortable you are with knowing the fact that your firearms are not in pristine, flawless, super clean condition. It just depends. It's not a set, oh, well, if you don't clean your firearm within this number of rounds or this amount of time, you're a bad gun owner. It's nothing like that. It's more so just based off a few different variables, and that's where it makes a big enough difference that I can't give you a direct answer as to a certain number or a specific time frame, because it varies. It varies based off what caliber you're using. It's going to vary based off the firearm you're using. It's going to vary based off how many rounds you put into it. It's going to vary based off how comfortable you are knowing your gun's dirty. It really just depends. I know some people who have put well over 1,000 rounds through their firearms and haven't even considered cleaning yet. The thought of cleaning hasn't even entered their mind. And that's just how some people are. That's just how some people are going to be. There's nothing you can really do about that. Is there a set number though? Not really. If you're shooting, extra dirty ammo, then yeah, maybe you should give your gun a clean. If you've put a good number of rounds into your gun and you haven't cleaned it, in a while, yeah, sure, maybe you should give it a clean. If you have been carrying your gun for a long time and just haven't used it, yes, you should probably give it a good clean. All in all, am I telling you guys to avoid cleaning your guns or wait or push it off? No, what I'm saying is that chances are a lot of us who actually get some shooting done probably are past due for cleaning one of our guns, probably including myself, to be honest. I don't think I've cleaned the AK since I've hit 1,000 rounds with it, now that I think about it. Oh gosh. All right. Now, because I've realized this, especially on camera, now I have to go clean my AK after this video. Now, some of you guys might be wondering, why do I need to clean my firearm? Why can't I just leave it dirty? Is there really going to be an issue with me not cleaning my firearm? And the short answer is just yes. The issues that will be caused from you not cleaning your firearm after a good while, or if your firearm just happens to be chambered in a dirtier caliber or a firearm that just gets dirtier overall, then the issue that you run into tends to be based around reliability. And I don't know about you guys, but when I pull the trigger on my firearm, I do want it to go boom. I don't want it being extremely dirty getting in the way of that. So if you are wondering whether or not it's truly a necessity to clean your firearm after a while, yes, it is. But regardless, I do think that about wraps it up for this video. Yes, I'm aware it wasn't going to be a very, very long video. I am aware that I didn't sit there and give you guys a exact answer on that, and I do apologize for that, but there are too many variables for me to give you an exact answer on when you should clean your gun. If you feel like you put a good number of rounds through the gun, give it a good clean. If you feel like, hey, I haven't touched this in a while, there's probably a bunch of dust built up into it, give it a good clean. If it's just a super dirty gun or a super dirty caliber, yeah, sure, go ahead and give it a good clean. And I mean, look, every once in a while, go beyond your basic field strip clean. Give it a really good breakdown and give it a really, really good clean. Sure, I'm not telling you guys not to, but I just can't give you an exact answer as to when you should, because a lot of firearms are just manufactured different. Some can handle being put through more rounds without there being an issue. Some guns, they just really, you can't get more than 100, 200 rounds through them without having to clean it, or else there will be a malfunction. But with that being said, y'all make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, hit that bell. When you hit that bell, hit all. And whether or not you agree with me about, about my thoughts on this, I mean, again, guys, I know I didn't really give you an exact concrete answer, but whether or not you agree with me about my thoughts on the variables being the big deciding factor in this case, whether or not the kind of firearm you are using just gets dirtier quicker, whether or not the caliber that you are shooting just is a dirtier caliber, how many rounds you have put into the gun, whether or not you're even comfortable with your gun just being not in pristine, perfectly clean condition. Go ahead and comment down below whether or not you agree with me. Other than that, make sure to check out all my other videos. Y'all make sure to stay legal, stay safe, stay dangerous. Have a good one, y'all. Peace.